Hello and welcome to this video. This is Roger Sumukalere here, here at WordCamp Entebbe, and I'm a speaker, and my topic is new curriculum web design projects and DIT assessment. And what I want to share with teachers here is, in this part, I want us to look at this ATP of DIT. DIT has what we call assessment training packages for various occupations, and today at WordCamp Entebbe we are looking at websites. So we want to look at how do we prepare our learners so that they can be able to sit for DIT assessment for the world of work in a website developer. I happen to be one of the members who participated in the panel. If you go to this book at the end, on page 51 of this book, you'll find the job development panel practitioners that participated in the stages of making the training package. So the various training packages by DIT, they get different practitioners, people from education, from world of work to participate, and I was privileged to be part of this particular panel for this particular occupation. Now, when you go to these ATPs, you realize that they have a lot of content, but what is I want us to focus on is this part of the duties and tasks. So a website developer, you have several duties and tasks. But one of the things is you have to plan. You don't just start a website. You have to plan the website. Make sure that you carry out the feasibility study, collect any data, prepare a budget. You need to be cognizant of the ethical professional practices. Draft a contract with the client before you start on the website, and after that you need to know what are you going to do, which pages are you going to work on. And in this section of planning website development, this is where we even have things like website proposal. For example, I have a sample website proposal here. This website proposal also has a contract which I can sign. So as a website developer, we don't just teach learners to just type HTML or to do the WordPress or whatever. They need to know how to run this as a business. So there is some website proposal here that I have drafted for Ginger Restaurant. This Ginger Restaurant there's actually a question in this ATP. When you go to the end, you'll find some sample questions. So I've tried to look at this number, and I want us to try out this number here as I pass through this particular ATP. So this question was saying, Ginger Restaurant is an eating joint that has been operating for 2 years in Ginger Town. They provide meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you realize that they don't have a website and have only been relying on making radio announcements and printing flyers to market their services. So it's a restaurant. It has just been analog. And the question is saying, 1, draft a website proposal. So before you do the website, you need to propose, and you need to really put all this information that you expect for this particular restaurant. Design the website for the restaurant, and then they also want you to publish the website on the domain link. So this one will at least test that this person can really do a website and even put it online, and can also engage with the client. So this is how the question here in the DIT sample looks like. In the DIT, this is a sample exam or assessment, and it is supposed to be done in 6 hours. 6 hours. That means learners can use like the first 2 hours to do all the planning. They do draft a quick proposal. Within 2 hours can be enough if the learner knows what a proposal really is entailed. We just want to learn to demonstrate knowledge of what he's supposed to do, and then plan, and then also try to get the information that is required. And okay, so and then the other minutes can be, the other time can be used for the designing itself. And they are also saying here that the learner should have web authoring software. So they don't expect the learner to just manually code everything. Of course, when we are teaching learners, we need to first teach them the programming, the HTML, and they understand. But when it comes to the world of work, there are some tools that web developers use to quickly create websites when they need. They only go into the code when they need to, but some things they use the web authoring software to easily do it. And also graphic software, because with the website you need a logo, you need a few things. And also they are suggesting that there must be logins to the web hosting server. Okay, logins should be provided. And these logins, usually when you get a web hosting company, there are many web hosting companies. If you get a web host, you can go there and then you pay for what you call a domain name and hosting. For example, I have this domain, it's a fresh one. It is for one of my clients called Ibrahim Sendi. So I'm going to be using this site as a demonstration. So when the learners are going to start the exam, they should be having access. So this one here was a domain, ibrahimsendi.com, bought from Shareability Web Services, which is one of the web hosts. Okay, so it is telling here it is fresh. So learner will have to log in, and I also have the logins. Logins are normally sent on email, so we can have the logins for that particular site. Okay, I have here server logins, they are here. Okay, so we can have these server logins. Of course, I'm going to change them later because the password here you have seen it, but these should be provided to the learners. So it is not very difficult. It is not very, some people think it is very expensive to have a web hosting server. No. For example, this particular one here, hosting, the lowest package is 45,000. So if a learner is really doing this as a profession, is going to have, then you can have, and actually you can have several learners on the same server by giving them what you call subdomains. So I'm going to be using this one, and I'm going to be uploading the website on this particular domain at the end of the day. So the question is saying you should give the learner web hosting server logins and notebooks and pens, maybe if you want to draft some things. Okay, so the remarks to assessor: install the updated software and set up a web hosting server in advance. So the software should be installed, and then the web hosting server should be set up in advance as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to see. So I was saying that the question was, I was looking at the question. So the question was saying that one, draft a website proposal. So this is the website proposal now, which has been drafted. Now I wrote this same question: Ginger restaurant and eating joint that has been operating for 2 years, and they provide meals, breakfast, and they need a website. So as a person who is a web developer, I should be able to know the importance of a website to the client. So in my website proposal, I can put there some words, reasons to convince this client that he needs a what? A website. In your restaurant, you need to create an online presence to increase your visibility and attract more what? Customers. You can increase sales. Better customer service is good, because with this website you can be putting there the menus and the update, instead of having the other menus which are just printed. Here you can have these ones which can always also update, so clients can always check their menu on their smartphones. And it helps you in marketing, competitive advantage over other restaurants in the area which don't have website. This one can stand out. So overall, website can help Ginger Restaurant increase its visibility, sales, customer satisfaction, as well as provide competitive advantage in the market. So this is a brief proposal on how you can be learners can research about a website proposal on the internet. They can get some samples, and then they can be able to make their own. And then the solution: proposed domain name, proposing gingerrestaurant.com as a domain name. And then you can also propose features that, okay, we can have the menu, can also have an ordering system, and e-commerce. Then you can have it connected to social media, can have contact information, can have the location and map, reviews, testimonials. Clients who come and they eat good chicken, they should be able to testify. Those testimonies can be captured and put on the website so that other clients can always come and check out the food. And finally, it should be mobile responsive, meaning it should be easy to use and responsive. Okay, so these ones are very convincing reasons. So when a web developer goes to this client, he's going to go with this proposal, and they will give a copy and they will explain. So the other person will be very excited, and also should be able to have a plan on how many days a website. Ideally, a website is not supposed to be a one-day affair. It is a project. It is a complete thing which can take several days. Yeah, but with DIT, they will want learners to just do a basic demonstration to show that they can do something. So these number of days, website layout, you can say maybe it can take 5 days, depending on how big the website is. The menu, pages, the about, the menu, the ordering, the news and promotions, contacts and location, the social media. So these ones can be put there. Then the e-commerce, if you have to put the online ordering and payments. And then also user testing and training is very important. It's supposed to be added also as one of the things to do, because if you do a website and you don't train the users who will be updating the menu prices every now and then, it's better to make the user to be able to use the website that you have made for them by training them. Then a web developer also should know the cost. How much are you going to charge for the various features? The domain name is around 50,000. Hosting, which package? Now this one here is the WooCommerce. You need to give it like a package of 300. Okay, the main website design, how much will it cost? This is now the building or the web pages. That is 1.5 million, and depending on the client, and then you negotiate. Graphics with the restaurant, there is a need for a lot of graphics. The desserts, all those graphics need to be designed well and put on the website. So it may require even videos. And this one may require some separate budget for that. But some clients provide photos and you end up giving a 0 on graphics. But it's better if you go and also take on the graphics project. So that is the e-commerce setup, putting in the various products and their pricing, and also connecting with the payment gateway like mobile money is also important. So you can be able to put there. And then also, if you do website is not something that you just do and end there. You need to be able to give technical continuous technical support, because even if you train the client will not learn things which are technical. So you need to put there something on maintenance, so that you are always facilitated to maintain, and the client will have to see value in the website, and you have to make sure that he makes you to work on his side because he's paying for it. So you total up the amount of money, you talk to the client and negotiate, and also you put there your contacts as a developer, and also you can put there your portfolio, some of the websites you have done before, so that the client can understand. And then finally you put there a services agreement, so that you sign off a contract, you sign off, and then we have even witnesses on behalf of Ginger Restaurant and on behalf of Shareability Uganda, which could be your company. So this one is a brief proposal. I'm not saying that you just duplicate this one. You can be able to adopt various formats, but those are the main features of a business proposal: convincing the client, telling him about the features and the costing and the schedule, and then also having a contract that can be signed after the proposal is signed off. So that was the first, and the learner needs to do that within at least the first 2 hours. Brainstorm and think about this scenario, come up with a menu, and it can be like a 3-page, and then that will be good. So after you have finished that, then you need to go ahead and you design the website. So if you have to design the website, you will have to do collect some information, some photos. With the DIT assessment, learners can actually use the internet, because it was also mentioned that they even need login to an online server. So if I want to .com, ideally here we can use some of the images from the internet. So what do these people eat? So if they have bananas, so I can think of some menu items. Being an assessment, I don't have much time, so I'll just get a few of the images. So I can get this one. Okay, so getting this one is from another site. Okay, so I right click on this, and then I save image. So I'm saving some of the things that I think I will need on the website for Ginger restaurant. So I can click on this. Okay, open image in a new tab so that it opens as a JPG, and then I can be able to save this particular banana. Okay, so okay, so I'm going to come here. I create a folder on the desktop where I'm going to put my data. Okay, so website data. So basically what I need some information. Okay, so I have a banana. So what else can I take? I can take a Coke. Okay, I can take a Coke. Okay, so a Coke. So a Coke can be another item at this particular restaurant. So depending on the case study, a learner should be able to identify some graphics which he can use from the internet. And I can have bread. So in reality, you would need to go to the client, take these photos, edit them when they are real photos from the client. Yeah, so okay, so I can have some of these items. Save image as. Okay, so I will have bread. Okay, yeah, I think that is all. Maybe I can put their milk. Milk. So we can put as many items as possible, so that, yeah, but since the time is limited, I'll end on these ones here, on this one. Okay, let me take this one. So I'll end on this one here. Okay, so it is something that I'm doing in a hurry, because I want this video not to be very long, but it is something that you should be able to do. Okay, so that is one. Then the other thing, that is, after collecting some of the information, can also think of a logo. Okay, can also think of a logo to be used in this particular assessment. So I can come and I say, okay, actually the things that I'm talking about, if you go down in this, because I'm talking to teachers, you will see even the proposed marking guide, things that they do. A learner, even when he's doing internet, he has to clean the work area. There is internet research. He can research about other related websites and make sure that his computer is working well, and then the domain name, whether it is relevant, the website structure that has been specified, technical specifications actually also need to be put. The development schedule and the quotation need to be part of the of a website proposal which is supposed to be presented. Okay, then on the papers the learner was given, the learner can come up with some simple sketch. It is always good to do sketching, and also can be able to go ahead and design a logo. So this is like the marking guide. Even the marks are being indicated there on how this is going to be done. So I'll come here and I open PowerPoint. PowerPoint is for making slides, but can also be used to make some graphics using shapes, because there are better softwares for graphic design like Photoshop and Illustrator and the like. But based on my time, I can be able to do what? I can be able to do. Okay, so after these things here, the designing and sketching the wireframe, I was talking about coming up with a logo. A logo was opening it using PowerPoint, and I was saying PowerPoint can be used to design a simple logo. So if this is Ginger Restaurant, I could say insert. I could come and say insert, then I say word art. Okay, so word art, and then after word art, in the word art here, can decide to put Ginger Restaurant. Okay. Then when we do this, so this is a simple way of doing a logo. So let me just put a shape here. Okay, then I can send backward, send to back, so that I have this. Okay, then yeah, I'm going to put there a cap, so I can pick from my clip art. So this could be a logo, can be anything simple. So let me just get this cap and I put it there. Get this cap. Okay, so I have my cap here. Ginger Restaurant, and I could decide to increase the weight and have at least 2 colors, so that I have clear. Can have yellow, I can have red. I think let me use. Can choose the colors to use. Can use brown outside, and then inside I could use a lighter color. Okay, yeah, so then this I could use. So there is some creativity here. Could use the same color to be my color for the text here. Suppose actually be this one here. Okay, so basically that is it. Shape outline, I make it now outline. Okay, so I've finished. So I select all my work. So learner can be creative. So I'm going to save as picture. Okay, and I'm going to save this as I'm going to save it on the desktop. I'd call this one data, so I'm going to call it logo. Okay, inside that. So finished. So yeah, of course someone would go to Photoshop and Illustrator and whatever, but what I need here, is a simple logo which I could use on my website. Okay, so the logo is here, and now I've finished the data collection. Okay, I finished the data collection, so that's my logo. After finishing my data collection, I'm now going to go to designing the website. Okay, so the website layout, the menu bar and everything, linking the pages and having the website before I can upload it. So I'm now going to launch my software tool, which is in WordPress. Yeah, I'm going to use WordPress because WordPress is the most popular software for web design. So when learners do WordPress, it means when they get out, you see, launched web authoring tool. So once they get out, they will be able to make money with it. So with WordPress, one of the softwares that are needed is this software called XAMPP, and this XAMPP is a server, local server. If I want my learners to do this website on a local server, because internet may be on and off, so I can have it on local XAMPP. So this software called XAMPP, you can download it from shareability.net/software. I've tried to put the various softwares that may needed. There is XAMPP, local server software here, and there is even WordPress software. You can also download WordPress software. So all the software tools I'm using here, I've uploaded them there for easy use. Yeah, but I also have them on my computer. So so I have XAMPP. It's always good to use the okay, so XAMPP is here. I have my XAMPP here, so I already installed it. So it is a free software. You can download it from ShareBit software or on Google. You can go to the XAMPP website, and then also under XAMPP I will need to put there WordPress. Yeah, but before I put WordPress, I need to first create a database which is going to host my website. So I click on this part where there is what called admin. So that part of admin is going to take us to what you call phpMyAdmin, which is going to be the one which is going to help us to create a database. Every website, if it is dynamic, it must have a database at the back end. But if it is static, that's when you can just edit it in Notepad, HTML plain, and there's no database being transferred between the browser and the database. Just web page when it is just like a file on the computer. That is the websites we have been doing mostly with UNEB have been like that. Okay, so when you open XAMPP, you can click on this part where there is MyAdmin, phpMyAdmin. Once you click on that, you should be able to go to the database. The other alternative, you'd have actually clicked on this admin here under MySQL. It would have taken you straight to phpMyAdmin. So under here, I'm going to create a database, and I'm going to call this database Ginger Restaurant. Okay, I can call it GR. Okay, so I'm going to use the root user. I don't have to create a special user for this. The root user already has privileges on the databases that are created here. So basically that is it. And now after creating that, I now install my WordPress. So I'll click on where there is Explorer here, Explorer. So when I go to Explorer, it brings this interface. So I'll look for htdocs. Htdocs is the home of the public facing directory where your websites files are supposed to be kept on the server. So in here I'm going to call it Ginger Restaurant. Okay, so this is the Ginger Restaurant. So this is the folder where I'm going to put all the files that are going to be running on my server, my local server. So if I come here and I say localhost / Ginger Restaurant, if I do that, it is going to load this index of, meaning that the server is running and there is a directory which is currently empty. So what do I have to do? What I have to do now is to install WordPress on the server. So I'll get WordPress files, and then I go inside that Ginger Restaurant. Okay, so I'll go there. Then when I go there, I right click and I extract. Okay, so I will extract, and as they extract, if you refresh, you realize that now there are some files there. These ones which we have put them there, they are now there on these ones as they extract. So whatever you put here will be appearing on localhost / Ginger Restaurant. So what we need to do is, we don't need to have these in the folders. I can delete the original file, zipped folder, and I go inside, I pick the PHP files. WordPress is created using a programming language called PHP. It is a web programming language. So I get those files out of the folder and I pour them at the root of the directory Ginger Restaurant. So when you do that and then you come and refresh, it will manage to load the index file, and WordPress will start running now because we have put it there. So this is the thing, and now if you come here and you try to refresh, you realize it is now telling you it has to be installed because you have managed to do that. So you click on continue, and then after clicking on continue, you click on let's go, and after clicking on let's go, you can now put in the database name. Our database name was Ginger Restaurant. The username is root. The password, you leave it blank if you use the root, user. The password is blank by default when you install and XAMPP. So you click on run the installation, and within just like that you will be having your WordPress installed. But as you remember, we first have to do some configuration here of the site before we can open the dashboard. So it is Ginger Restaurant. Okay, you can put there, use an admin. It's not good to use admin, so I can say admin as my username, and I can have my password here. Okay, password also is need to have some strong password, but for local development I can just put something simple, then I will change it when I upload. But if not, let me call it let's eat ginger. Okay, it's good to put in characters. Password must have capital letters, small letters, symbols. So this is my password, which is going to be not easy to be hacked. So then I can put here my email as the developer of this site, because that email is where all the site administration emails will be sent by WordPress software when the website is running on the server. So when I do that, I have now successfully finished installing WordPress, and it is running on a local server down here. So in this ATP, there is launched the authoring tool. So if the learners are going to do web development, they can actually install WordPress even before, so that they save time. So that here they come when WordPress is already installed, and then they just customize the website and put in the website name and everything. Yeah. So I will have to come now and say admin. It will tell me to log in, then I will put in the other password of mine, and I will be in there ready to start creating the pages.